we come on the air tonight, new developments in the coronavirus outbreak. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Isabel Rosales. There are now 173 people under observation tonight in Florida. 15 have tested negative for the virus and 5 are awaiting their results. Meanwhile, the United States now has its first coronavirus death. That death happening in Washington state. And we're learning that man was in his 50s and had underlying health issues. This as more coronavirus cases emerge on the West Coast and more countries are announcing their first cases. All of it, of course, rising concerns of a potential pandemic. President Trump speaking from the White House.
Our country is prepared for any circumstance. We hope it's not going to be a major circumstance. It'll be a smaller circumstance, but whatever the circumstances, we're prepared.
Meanwhile, more people who contracted the virus, known as COVID-19, without being in contact with those who are sick or traveling, continue to pop up. The CDC now permitting states to do their own virus testing. The goal here is to have every state and local health department up and running by next week with testing kits. And Florida will now test people with symptoms of the coronavirus. The city of Tampa, one of 3 locations in the state that will run the tests. ABC Action News reporter McKenna King breaks down what this means for Floridians.
Isabel, this new ability cutting that testing time nearly in half. The Florida Department of Health says instead of waiting 3 to 5 days for test results, they'll now have them back in 24 to 48 hours. The Department of Health announcing Tampa, Miami, and Jacksonville Departments of Health will now test for the virus, all 3 receiving test kits.
The CDC advised us on yesterday, after the validation testing was complete, to move forward, and it cleared us to start testing today, if need be, in our public health laboratories.
They say those who should be tested are people experiencing symptoms such as fever, cough, or shortness of breath, who have either traveled to China, South Korea, Iran, Italy, or Japan, have come in contact with a person who had the virus, or have tested negative for the flu.
This is a rapidly evolving situation that we are monitoring very closely. So it is important that we have the capability in a state with many residents and visitors to be able to test for COVID-19.
The Florida Department of Health says 15 people have tested negative for the virus in the state and 5 people are awaiting test results. They're currently monitoring nearly 173 people for symptoms. Those people are being asked to not have contact with others during the disease's 2-week incubation period. Anyone who feels they have the coronavirus is asked to call the health department.
We stand equipped. We're working with many state partners to stand ready to respond to COVID-19.
The Florida Department of Health emphasizing no one in the state of Florida has tested positive for the coronavirus. Still, they're advising everyone to consistently wash their hands, and anyone who's feeling sick, they're asking them to stay home. Reporting in Tampa, McKenna King, ABC Action News.